Selfish Babe. It is your girl, olanikeeosibowale here, bringing you back another Selfish Babe podcast. In today's episode, it is titled, It is Harder to Follow Your Dreams Than It Is to Be Basic. And I was having this thought yesterday as I was sitting out on my balcony, honestly feeling defeated, feeling tired, feeling drained, feeling over it. And I've had those feelings from time to time in the process of me going after the things that I want, going after the things that I desire, going after the things that I know is in my path and in my heart. Like I feel it. And throughout the different parts of my journey, there have been parts of my journey that have been easy or that have felt easy, and that it didn't feel like it required much of me. And then there have been parts of my journey that have felt like it's required too much of me. And then I question whether I still even want to continue on the journey and do the thing anymore. And that it's in relation to many different things and visions and plans that I have for myself. So on this day I was on the balcony, I was feeling extremely tired. And so I was giving myself some restorative self-care. And what that included was a nice little foot bath that I added some fresh flowers in. And I got to go hookah. Shout out to hookah hoes in Atlanta. To go hookah and listening to some John Mayer, some rock music. There's this song, Come My Lady, Come My Lady, You're My Butterfly, Sugar Baby. I think it's called Butterfly by Crazy Town. It's like an older song. I think Iris by there's this song called Iris. It's by a band. I just can't think of their name right now. But basically, I was listening to like older rock songs that I grew up with in like the 2000s or 1990s and 2000s. And the songs are kind of somber. Like they weren't positive and happy and poppy. They were kind of somber. They were like breakup songs. They were just like, people are feeling the feel songs. And so that was helpful. It was actually really relaxing for me. I felt very restored, smoking my hookah, listening to my music and looking out at the clouds, because at some point at the end of all of that, I was like, thank God for life. But the thought came to my mind that it's harder to follow your dreams than it is to be basic. And I don't want anybody to take offense to this, but to each their own. If people feel like me saying that and they get offended, then it is what it is. This is my opinion. This is the Selfish Babe's opinion. You do not have to agree. This is the opinion of me living in America, by the way. I am not saying this in relation to other people living in other cultures where their culture is different and their way of life is different. I'm talking about American culture. And in American culture, or quote unquote Western world culture, I don't even want to say that because it depends on where you're at, like America, China, Japan, Korea, Australia, Europe, different parts of Africa as well. And so it's just like people have a goal, and then they go after their goal and they create the life that they want for themselves. Some people are born into a very wealthy lifestyle and other people's aren't, but we hear the stories every day where people that may not have been born into a very wealthy lifestyle have created that wealth for themselves. Like an example would be Tyler Perry. And so I know Tyler Perry has talked a lot about his own trials and tribulations, but I just thought about how like when somebody really wants to follow their dreams and their goals and they're actually doing it, and the challenges that they may meet at some point, and how those lows can feel really low, because that's how I was feeling. I was feeling really low. And I was just like, if I didn't care to go after my dreams and just be content with life as is and not really have to do much towards it, right? Because when I'm thinking being content with life as is this is what's going on today. I may be going to this job today, and this is the job that I'm going to be at for years. I don't care if I'm somewhere else new. I know that this is a consistent paycheck. I'm going to be here, and I come home and I can just watch TV and then go to sleep, and I can do that again and again for the rest of my life. And I don't have any other desire than to do that. And that's okay, right? So for people that desire that type of life, good for you. What I'm saying is for those that don't desire that type of life, that includes maybe not having to go to a 9 to 5 or a job, or includes like you have a big vision on your heart, a big vision in your soul and your spirit, and you know that you're supposed to go after this vision. You know that you have to make this vision a reality, that you have a part to play in making sure that this vision is a reality. And so you go and you try the things to make that vision a reality. It's like an up and coming artist that is like, nobody knows him. And then eventually he's putting out mixtape, he's doing like shows, or he figures it out in whatever way possible. Like maybe that Kanye West documentary, right? I don't know if y'all watched it on Netflix when it came out, but it's like he figured out a way, he got into the industry at some, like nobody was feeling the vibes, feeling him. He was like a different type of rap artist. And then at some point it worked. He spent a lot of his own money to make this music video. And at some point it worked. And so I just feel like as a person that is wanting to follow their dreams and go after the things, I just feel like sometimes that shit is hard and it's disappointing and it's frustrating and it's just like, but you're going to try again, right? Maybe, maybe there's probably been some people that have realized them going after their dream has really sucked and taken a lot out of them to where they're just like, well, I'm going to just do this and I'm going to be okay with this type of life. And that is okay as well. I'm not a person that's judging whatever people decide to do for themselves. I get shit is hard. But what I'm saying is that I've just realized that it's harder to just do the things that you want to do for yourself than it is to just be complacent with life. Like, I feel like it's totally easier to be complacent with life, to be like, I'm waking up today, this everyday thing that I'm doing, then I'm coming back home, and it's just like a simpler life. And to each their own, I think that's cool. But for the dreamers, the people that have a big vision in their heart, that shit is hard. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. As a selfish babe, if you know who you are, that has that vision, that dream, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I just had that thought, and I was just like, to go after your dreams is harder than being basic. And it's just like, if we were really just complacent with life, maybe we would be a lot happier. I don't know. But I also believe that there's a reason why we have these dreams and these visions for ourselves. And so it's like, we're going to do the thing. And so sometimes in my own journey, I'm like, okay, really excited about doing the thing. I'm doing the thing, right? I'm really excited about doing the thing. I'm doing the thing. And then a challenge comes up, and then I'm like still going. And then things come up and I'm still going. And there's been times where I felt utterly defeated, and I'm like, I don't even want to do this anymore. I'm very tired. Like, literally, I think for the past 2 years, what has consistently been coming out of my mouth and my mind is that I am tired. And even though I can feel this way in my spirit and I do the things to restore myself, I still find myself going after the things that I want. I still find some ounce of strength in my spirit to do the things that I know I'm supposed to be doing, even though I be feeling tired as fuck. And I think, like, at some point people will meet their challenges. I feel like it would be so much more easier if it was all easy. Like, of course, I'm always affirming it to be easier. I'm always affirming it to be more graceful. But at some point, I believe that we meet the challenges for whatever reason. Some people say that we meet the challenges to really bring out that inner strength, that growth, to help guide us for future challenges. Maybe I don't really know why we meet these challenges that we do, but I will say that you do learn a lot when you do have challenges. And I feel like, what is so hard? What's so hard? What I've realized that's so hard? I think for me, what I realized that has been feeling difficult is the mental fortitude it takes to go after your dreams. I think that's it. The mental fortitude it takes to go after your dreams. Like, you're tired, but then mentally you have to pick yourself back up. And I think I talked about this in my last podcast episode when I was talking about how the movie Barbie kind of reminded me of how hard it is to be an entrepreneur sometimes. But it's that mental fortitude, because for me, I don't know, like I get a physical obstacle and those things exist and those things are real. And through having a physical obstacle or even a mental obstacle, you have to still have some type of mental strength to get on to the next thing or to continue going. And I think what is tiresome for those that are following their dreams is when you get knocked down and then you have to build your strength back up in your mind to continue doing the thing or trying something different towards the thing. And that shit is draining. It does strengthen you. Yes. Kudos to the strength bitch. But that shit is draining. And it's just like, sometimes even for me, I'm just like, why does it have to be so hard? Like, why? You know what I'm trying to say? And I get we can ask why all day. To each their own journey. Accept your own journey. I accept my own journey as well. But sometimes as a person that's following their dreams and their goals, it's just like, well, why does it have to be this hard? And so I think as somebody that is following their dreams, we need to add so much things into our life that's going to help give us the strength and restorativeness that we need in order to keep going. Like for me, sitting out on my balcony smoking a hookah and a flavored hookah, looking out at the clouds and listening to this music. I mean, a lot of the music I was listening to was music I listened to as a teenager, and I really loved it. I may not resonate with the songs, like what they're talking about, but listening to that guitar and listening to them just kind of speak the truth of what they're going through that may be difficult at the time, something about that helps me feel better. Maybe it's because this person singing this song about this breakup is going through some pain, and even though I may not be going through the same pain, I'm going through something different. I think that they understand more of like what I'm feeling, and that feeling resonates with my body, and so I just kind of feel like I can relax when I'm listening to that type of music. But yeah, y'all, it's the mental fortitude. And I just feel like following your dreams is not easy. Like, I think at one point, me and somebody was talking about how people can really be an NPC in real life. And it's just a person that's just like what I may say is basic. And if you're offended, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to offend you. But I feel like people understand what I mean when I say basic. And it's just like, you don't really care about your life too much. You're really complacent with where it is right now. There's no real goals that you have for yourself. And that's pretty much it. And so, like, you know, in those video games, they have the NPC players, and it's a trend on TikTok now. But it's kind of like that. Like, I feel like there's people like that live, and that's cool. And there's other people that's like, no, bitch, I know there's more out for me. I know that there's better. I know that I can get these things. I feel it in my spirit. Like, I personally really believe that if you feel it in your heart, that there's no reason you would be feeling it in your heart if it's not meant to be yours. And so I just wanted to let my selfish babes know, and let the selfish babes out there that are following a dream or goal of theirs, that I feel it too. I get it. That shit is hard. That shit is difficult. But if you have it in your system, in your body, after you have restored yourself to continue going, then do it. If you're like, damn, I'm ready to throw in the towel, and I think it's really throwing in the towel, but that doesn't mean my life is basic, I will have other things to do, then do it. Do whatever makes you happy. But I just wanted to let y'all know, a girl feel it too, that the shit is not easy. And I really believe that if we have it on our hearts for a reason. And so for me, I always tell you guys, like, I can restore myself. I can be extremely tired, then restore myself. But there's something in my spirit that's just like, okay, bitch, let's try this again. Okay, girl, let's try this again. Okay, let's take 2 days off. Let's try this again. And that's just kind of where I'm at. So, affirming that you guys loved this episode, I do want to talk about something before I let you guys go. I have a new product out from my company, Evolving Butterfly, called Sex Magic Ooh, what is sex magic, Olanike? Sex magic is my new personal manifestation lubricant for you all, for the selfish babes out there. It is a lubricant that you can use on your pleasure toys. It is a lubricant that you can use internally in your yoni, aka vagina, before you're having sex with your partner. And whatever it is that they're using to penetrate you, whether it is their own phallus or a strap on or whatever your lover may have, they can use it. Now, what I really love about Sex Magic is that it comes with an ebook that comes with affirmations and prayers that you can say and feel and think and set your intention before you get into a self-pleasure ritual or before you get into a love-making ritual with your partner. And you and your partner can like say these affirmations together. Of course, you're always welcome to come up with your own, but it's just kind of get you started, because for me, Sex Magic is using that creative energy, that is life creating energy, that sexual energy, to create something other than a baby. And so you can use your affirmations, your intentions, your prayers as you are engaging in sexual activity, whether that be solo or whether that be with a partner, to create that in your life, to embed prayers in your body. I know for me recently, and it's also in the ebook, I had a vision of something that I was desiring for myself, and I was engaging in solo pleasure, and the affirmation that came up for me was, I am safe. And that affirmation came up for me because I needed it at the time. And so you may notice that you may set an intention or read one of my affirmations or come up with your own, but while you're in your solo pleasure session, you may realize that you need a whole nother one, and it may just come to you. And I was saying this in my ebook, if it comes to you, use that affirmation, because it's your body, it's your intuitive nature telling you, hey, say this prayer for yourself. It's going to do something for you. It's going to do something on a subconscious level and on a conscious level. And so for my babes that I really wanted to tap more into Sex Magic, period, then use my Sex Magic personal manifestation lubrication. It does come with the ebook. You can order at evolvingbutterfly.org. The link is below. I'm so excited for my selfish babes to try this. I know that this product is amazing. I tried it. I love it. I really love it. Like, I feel like internal stimulation is still something that I'm getting used to after all these years. Like, I've been with a woman for the past 4 years. I have had sex with men before, and I have used toys before. And sometimes I find that I have to relax and just a little bit more, like fully relax and not clench up. And I feel like when I was using Sex Magic and I had taking some in the applicator, you take some in the applicator, you insert a little bit into your yoni, and you take out the applicator, and you can also put some of the Sex Magic on your toy too. And so as you are using your toy to enter inside of you, add some to your clitoris and get it going, allow yourself to feel that pleasure to then relax and enjoy. And so I like this so much because I feel like it's really helping my selfish babes and my butterflies, tap into pleasure on another level, and also release any shame when it comes to your vagina, when it comes to masturbation, when it comes to self-pleasure, and looking at this in a spiritual perspective. You guys know that when I come up with a product, I'm usually gonna link it with something spiritual. And so I'm really excited to kind of be venturing into this new sub realm of the yoni and talking about sexuality and sexual pleasure. So yeah, order at evolvingbutterfly.org. Try it out. I'm so excited for you guys to try it. And I'm so excited for you guys to get the ebook. The ebook is going to be amazing. And it actually is amazing. And when you get the product is when you get the ebook. And you'll see why when you get the product. But anyways, thank you, Selfish Babes, for listening. I love you guys so much. Affirming that you guys have a good day and a good evening. Remember to rate this podcast 5 stars, as well as to download my self-love app, Selfish Babe, to get daily affirmations and self-love reminders to your phone. Peace.